This is a song about actually. Well, keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Nobody cares too much anyway. You know, they care a little bit, but you know, they got their own thing going on. Don't talk about it. No, no, no. Don't talk about it. Woo. Don't talk about it. I mean, listen, man, I'll tell you, it's like, you know, you say, I've got a headache, and next thing, a month later, they come back and they say, how's your headache? How's your headache? Hey, that was a month ago. You know, you say, I've got a psychosis. Every time they see you, how's your psychosis? How's your psychosis? Hey, I told you the psychosis. Wait, no, right. Before that, I want you, whispering electrode is right. You know, doing it the right way is correct. Now, the right way is tricky because each person has a right way.
Oh, but that's where people go astray. There is only a right way that is universal. It's not an individual right way.
The right way is universal and individual. Each person has to find their own right way, which is universal. It is
they
universal.
have to find their individual path to the main road, you might say. Yeah, everybody's going to be...
Yeah.
And we can't all stand right on top of each other.
Just don't put your hand in front of my camera, okay?
Yeah, it's going to be a little different for people from their point of view, but that doesn't mean that the right thing that they're all headed for isn't the same.
That's it. He says it so well, and he thinks he thinks he's in combat. It's interesting. He watches too many cartoons, but he has to. That's part of what he has to. It's part of his requirement. So he's okay. He's really okay, you know. So I think that this discussion is now complete.
That you agree that we should be involved in the government. We should be involved in business. We shouldn't just be sitting here flapping our gums.
Okay.
We should be actively doing it.
You know, there was a time when I thought that every single person should join the army, and then we'd all be in the army, and then it would be universally cool. And that's correct, but it didn't seem real practical. So I think we should all participate as much as we possibly can and not feel guilt when we can't. But also keep in mind, if you can't do something, you know, if you can't really get actively involved and do something, you know, then it's really important to, like, you know, talk about it with people, you know, talk about it with people you trust, you know, not, you know, because this is really tricky stuff, you know. And if you can't talk about it with somebody...
Well, but you were saying that you might want to reconsider being a critic of something unless you are actively experienced in it. Because how can you talk about something if you don't know what the heck you're talking about?
Well, you got to start somewhere. I agree, you know, sort of, but you got to start somewhere. So it's okay. It's okay. Don't feel shy. If you can't talk to a whispering electrode, you can talk to me. You know, we'll talk about it. You know, it'll be cool. You know, so but if you can't talk about it, then think about it. You know, think about it. Think how you can make things better. That's all that counts. If you just wake up and, you know, every day as often as you can think, you know, well, this is how can I make things better? You know, that'll help. You know, and then maybe you'll find somebody you can talk to. But you know, you're getting to these arguments.
Well,
like
I like the thinking part, but I want to go beyond that thinking thing. That's great, everybody thinking woody, woody, woody in the fruity, fruity dreaming world. But I'm talking about doing it. I'm talking about doing it to live it in a simple, unified way.
He had too much sugar on his Wheaties this morning. That was a problem, man. He's on this, you know. He's like, for some reason, he's really amped up. I can't figure this out. But, you know, well, all he's saying is, like, it's cool. You know, think it, say it, do it as much as you can.